Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you are watching the post-market show. So today, what a day in Nifty. It's the first expiry of the June series. June is a 25-day series with 5 expiries, and with today's expiry, we have 4 more expiries left. So again, not a very difficult expiry. The markets were clearly uptrending. It opened with a gap down because of the Asian markets were showing slight bearishness in the morning. So the markets opened with a gap down, but then there was a clear uptrend in the markets, and it continued towards the very end, ending at the day's high today. So that is the kind of day Nifty had. So the major contributor was Reliance Industries. It contributed more than 70% to the Nifty's up move. So Nifty is up by 105 points, and to put it into perspective, Reliance alone contributed 72 points to Nifty's 105-point up move. So that was the influence of Reliance, and the rest of the up move was contributed by the IT stocks. So US markets recovered towards the end today. The US futures, actually the Nasdaq especially, it recovered slightly and went into the positive territory in the afternoon, and that is when the IT stocks picked up. And so IT and Reliance is the reason for Nifty's huge up move, ending almost 0.68% in the positive. But the disappointing news came from the banking sector, especially the private banks, HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, and ICICI Bank. All of them were down today, and that is why Bank Nifty almost ended flat. So if not for the PSU banks, the Bank Nifty would have shown more bearishness in the markets today. So Bank Nifty ended absolutely flat. It traded in a very narrow range of just 200 points. Imagine Bank Nifty in just 200 point, it makes 1500 points move on an everyday basis, but on an expiry day, it consolidated in between just 200 points. So that is the kind of day Bank Nifty had and Nifty had. So let us get into some detailed analysis. So talking about Nifty, I told you Nifty, so it opened with a gap down. It opened and closed at a very strong resistance level of around 16,637, ending at the day's high. So Nifty is positive. Bank Nifty, I told you, it traded in a very close range. So this is the range which Bank Nifty traded. It made a high of 35,676 and a low of 35,385. So that is a very narrow range for Bank Nifty. Talking about the sectoral indices, we see that IT index is 1.8% up. In fact, all the sectors are up today significantly. We see that out of 11 sectors, 9 sectors ended in the green, and the positive sectors are IT is up by 1.8%. We see Nifty Media up by 1.12%, and Nifty Energy is also up by 2%. And very importantly, today the Nifty PSU index is also up by 1.2%. So if not for these stocks, the market would have ended in the red. The Bank Nifty would have ended in the red. So that is something to look out for. And talking about the negative stocks, so we saw that the auto sector has underperformed after many days. In fact, the up move was continued from 12th of May 2022, and today is the first time we saw some kind of profit booking maybe in the auto stocks. Auto is in general very, very strong right now. So the auto stocks ended slightly in the red today, 0.62% in the red. And the other sector which did not perform well is the Nifty Financial Services. Talking about the index movers, I told you Reliance contributing almost 71.58 points in Nifty today. So it was up by 3.45%. And also Infosys and TCS helped in the Nifty's up move. Talking about top losers, HDFC Twins, HDFC Bank and HDFC both are majorly down. And ICICI Bank was also down, and Hindustan Unilever and FMCG stock is also down today. So this is the Nifty movers of the day. Talking about some specific stocks, if we keep an eye on Ashok Leyland, so we saw that the automobile Nifty Auto is down today, but Ashok Leyland is up by almost 2.6% approximately. So the reason for this is Ashok Leyland unveiled industry's first 8-wheel truck today. So that was the news, and based on this news, the stock moved up so much. So this is again a news-based rally in Ashok Leyland. So that is something to keep in mind. And Another stock which has a really strong performance is Raymond's Industries. So Raymond's Limited, actually, it's a textile manufacturer. So Raymond's is at an all-time high today, believe it or not. So if you look at the weekly chart, so put it into perspective, it made a low of around 200 rupees, I think. Yeah, 210 rupee during the 2020 crash, and from there it is up today to 1270 rupees. So it is a 52-week high, and it's an all-time high as well. So it is almost 500 points, 500% up from the low of COVID. So Raymond's looking very strong. It is at an all-time high, and it did have a strong breakout, and with huge volume candle as well. So you can see huge amount of volume as well, and it is up by almost 20% up today. And there was a news that the Raymond's its quarterly profit, net profit increased 366%. So that is the positive news in and around Raymond's, and that is why the stock is up so much. These were some of the stocks. So we have discussed the stocks. Now talking about the FII DII buying and selling activities. So the FIIs continue to sell, but today the sell is very less, actually. So just 450 crore rupee sale from the FIIs. DIIs have sold for almost 130 crores. They have bought, not sold, they have bought. So very small figures from the institutional buying and selling activities is what we see. But Nifty was still up because of Reliance Industries, one thing, and the next thing was what we discussed as Nifty had a huge amount of calls selling from 16,500, 600, 700. So all across, calls were sold heavily, and since the market was trading in a clear uptrend, these people ran for cover, and possibly the short covering rally made Nifty move up, and it ended at a day's high of 16,660. So now talking about the open interest level. So let us look at the OI data. So OI wise, if I pull up the next expiry, this is Bank Nifty. Let's talk about Bank Nifty first. So Bank Nifty for 9th June, that is the next Thursday expiry, the PCR is at 0.79, which indicates markets are in a bearishness. More amounts of call are sold. So you can see huge amount of call being written at 36,000, 36,500, and 37,000 as well. And talking about puts, we can see the highest put build up at 34,500 and 35,000. So this is what Bank Nifty is indicating. It is slightly bearish, but Nifty, if you look at the 9th June next week expiry, we see that all around call and put both have been written almost in an equal fashion. PCR is indicating 1.03, which means almost equal amounts of call and puts are written. So and we see that 16,000 still holds the highest amount of put open interest, and below we have 15,000 with the next highest open interest. On the upside, we see 17,500 followed by 17,000 having the highest open interest, and we also see good amount of straddle being built around 16,600. So people are expecting a slight consolidation in Nifty. I told you multiple times that Nifty's, so let us see the chart of Nifty. So Nifty 16,700 on the upside and 16,400 on the downside are the key levels to watch out for in Nifty. If either of them is broken, we can expect a trend towards that area. So right now it's consolidating, so people have sold call and put both, expecting the premiums to go down and profit from both the side. The option sellers will be in good profit if the market consolidates in this region. So that is the expectation right now. So we see equal amount of calls and puts being written on both the sides in Nifty. Bank Nifty is slightly bearish. Now talking about the India VIX. India VIX is down today slightly, so still it's below, it is above 20, so 20.32 is what India VIX indicates. It has to come down below 20, and 15 to 20 is a healthy VIX for the markets right now, and so that is something there. Talking about the US markets. So US markets, let's talk about the VIX first. US VIX is down almost 3.2%. It is below 25. It is 4.84 currently, which is it is coming down continuously. As you can see, continuous red candles forming in the US markets, in the VIX of the US markets, which is again a good sign. Now coming to the US markets, it is open today. US markets, let us look at the 5-minute chart. As you can see, the markets did open with a gap down. Then we have a continuous uptrend in S&P 500, which is up 1.4%. Nasdaq even stronger, up 2.3%. So again, same thing, gap down opening, continuous uptrend from there. and still it is moving higher and higher as we speak right now. Dow Jones Industrial Average 0.82% in the green, still up. So same thing, gap down, then it up, moved up continuously. Talking about the European markets, we have the UK markets are closed today, so nothing to look over there. And the German markets are up by 1%. French markets are up by almost 1.27%. European markets up, US markets up. So SGX Nifty has to show a huge gap up tomorrow. So not tomorrow, it's currently it should, yes, it is currently showing a huge gap up of almost 16,767. That is almost 160 point up from where the markets have closed. So that is something very, very interesting in SGX Nifty, which is happening. So let us see where the US markets end. So nothing can be very specific right now. So US markets, there are almost 2 hours are left for the US markets to end. So we will see where it ends, because we cannot be certain. We can see huge down move in the last couple of hours, and all the gains can be wiped out in a matter of a few minutes. So that is the kind of volatility we are facing right now. So nothing could be certain unless and until the markets close. So we have to see where the US markets close, where the Asian markets open tomorrow, and with that we will discuss the important levels to watch out for in tomorrow morning's show at 8:30 a.m. where we have the pre-market show where important levels are discussed, and also the important data that are to be announced will be discussed in tomorrow morning's show. So with that, I will end the video over here. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.